if I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone change. I've been hiding in the shadows, waiting for your judgment day. Rest assured, you're to blame. You can't walk through the lake of fire without feeling the heat of the flame. In a picture perfect world full of masquerades, disguising and hiding, but the truth remains. Watch it all fall down around you now. Was it ever really worth it? Having your kingdom crumble to the ground because you never had the courage to stand up, You got a reason to follow my lead, so hold on to me.
Welcome everybody once again to a wonderful race day. We are here with the HCK Beagles Superspeedway series, and man, we have a good one for you tonight. We are live at the iRacing Superspeedway, which is a virtual track, not real life created, but they still did a pretty good job with it nonetheless. I am your host, Alan Brown, and I am joined today in the booth by Mr. Alan English. How you doing today, man?
Good, man. I wish they would build this dead-gum track. I'd definitely come here. But, oh, man, as you saw right there, the number 4 Caro Stumpy there kind of went into the guardrails. And, yeah, they could never really race this track. It would be too dang dangerous. But that's the great thing about iRacing. We're going to have a really fun, exciting race tonight, and I'm looking forward to it for sure.
And down there on pit road, we got Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, these cars are doing like 230, almost 240 miles an hour. Man, how fast is that?
Well, it's pretty fast. You know, I don't know what to do with my hands fast. That's what's happening here. Unbelievable. These trucks run crazy here. And these are my favorite, actually, of all the iRacing series. I love the trucks. They're fun to drive. And like you said, this track is 3 miles long. I wish they would build it in English. We'd go down there and have a beer and watch them go around real fast.
Oh, yeah.
But these guys seem to be a pretty organized league. We're happy to join them, HCK Beagles. You know, I know they're happy to be broadcasted, and they got several teams. You got the Big Boys, Texas Boys, Dr. Pepper Racing, and Chef Boyardee Racing, it looks like. But I'm a little partial to them Texas boys now.
Yeah, and we are just starting our qualifying attempts here. It is a 2-lap qualifying 10-minute time period, so expect to see everybody getting their laps in here today. Kind of go through what today's race is gonna look like. Nice long, almost Martinsville paperclip style track, but only 3 times the length. It's 3 miles long, and pretty good weather here in the virtual world of Massachusetts. And our key to the race, you're going to be hang on tight. They did a good job with this track, but there are some tricky spots to it.
And if my math is right, it's 6 times the size. This thing is just a monster. A couple of things they're going to have to be careful of is the transition. So it's like going up a ramp going into 1 and 3, and it's like going off a cliff coming out of 2 and 4. So yeah, watch the transition areas here, and I think there's also a big bump right there in 1 somewhere in there.
Yeah, there's a huge bump in 1. The guys were mentioning that in their race meeting. That's something you could watch out for, because that can become real tricky, especially when you're pack racing. These guys do have 3 fast repairs. You know, they got cautions on. Kind of a newer series. They're looking to grow, and man, what better place to grow in this HCK Beagles League? They looking pretty sharp with all these pickup trucks with all these cool paint schemes.
Yeah, the great thing about these trucks is they punch a huge hole in the air, and they're you know, they're trucks, but they're still really fast. As we look at Stumpy here doing 211 miles an hour around the track by himself. Now, once these guys get in a draft and stuff during the race, watch those speeds creep up about another 20, 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, but what's going to happen is, you know, you get in that pack racing, the air changes as you move along. So you're going to have to kind of sort that out. You know, side drafting is a little dicey on a huge track like this. So I think we're going to see some action for sure.
Some action is correct as we take a look here at Eddie Murray as he does his qualifying effort. And, man, you know, these guys must be crazy racing on a track like this. I mean, like you said, English, this would not be a realistic expectation in real life.
No, man, they need a whole fleet of ambulances. And, in fact, you know, they forget the ambulance. Just call the funeral home and tell them they got to pick up in turn 2. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to survive the way these guys crash here.
Awesome is you just mentioned Eddie Murray. That guy used to play for the Baltimore Orioles. He was a first baseman. I'm wondering if it's the same guy, but number 33, Eddie Murray. Looking forward to seeing how he races.
Yeah, so far sliding up into that 5th position. Just got a couple people more left to go here. Looks like Tim Rivers is also doing his qualifying attempts here.
So far, only about 2/10 separating everybody. 50.26. I think the slowest time we have is only 2/10 behind that of 50.45. Well, I stand corrected. Tim Rivers just set a 50.517, but I'm sure his second lap will be a little quicker as they get 2 laps to get up to speed here and put in a time.
Yeah, and we've also seen it all the time at the Superspeedway kind of races. It really doesn't matter how you qualify too much, because when you start getting into that draft, it's just kind of like a game of shuffle.
Yeah, it's kind of like my trademark saying, champ to chump, chump to champ. That's what happens here at these big speedways. It doesn't really matter where you end up. As long as you stay in that draft and you can stay with that lead pack, I think you're going to make for a good day. You got to avoid some things now. It takes a little bit of talent, but you can pretty much start in the rear and in first place.
Leave it to the macaroni man. Justin Barkley just chimed in on YouTube watching the stream saying, "Yo, what's up? What's up, Justin? This is going to be a fun one. Y'all stick around for this one."
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and it's, you know what's cool about working with you guys? We have a fan club. So we do have a fan club out there. Y'all can join us anytime we're broadcasting, but we're happy to be broadcasting with these guys.
I think they're fans of you, not me or Brown.
Well, I have a fan club, that's true. I think this is their 3rd race. They are recruiting. This is going to be fun to watch them go around this track at 230 miles an hour, see how they can handle it.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to mention. If you guys like the action that you've seen here tonight, definitely go check out HCK Beagles on the iRacing League page. They are relatively new, but they're definitely getting their act together here. And from what I've heard from all the other drivers say is, man, this has been nothing but fun.
Yeah, they have like a pretty good organization. I'm just jumping in on the ground floor with them here, but you know, they do have penalties. They will penalize you if you are not racing correctly, and we all know there's always paybacks and all that stuff that goes on in racing, but your first penalty will be an EOL. Your second will be a black flag under caution, and if you're really an animal, you may get removed from this race. So kind of incentive to race clean.
As a kind of late entry of Henry Wyndham has joined us out there on the track.
Talking about people that you might not want to be behind holding the line. Speaking of Richard Gray, he says, "Let's get it, fellas," on YouTube. Good to see you, Richard. Thanks for following us over here. And like we told Barkley a minute ago, you might want to stick around. This might be a fun one to watch as these trucks punch a big hole and they suck up and they draft really well together. So I think you'll enjoy it, Niccolo. Good to see you, man.
This would be kind of his kind of league. He loves these plate races, and he's a fan of us. He's, our fan club's here. We're bringing viewers. We're hoping we're getting some new viewers with these guys here at HCK Beagles, and it looks like we will. They were talking it up. These guys are happy that they're being broadcasted, and we're happy to be doing it for them. So super excited to see what goes on here tonight.
Richard just said it's about to go down. Paya!
It is about to go down. Just a little under 2 minutes remaining left in qualifying here. One thing I've been noticing about this track, I know we talked about kind of those corner entries and exits and how kind of dangerous they can be, but also looking at these straightaways, that track is not flat, it is banked.
Yeah, and gravity comes into play. I think I taught Mr. English about gravity the other night. He's from Louisiana. He doesn't know much about it. So if you get into an incident up high, the chances are you're going to make your way down low at some point and could cause some mayhem.
I went to school in Texas, fool.
Well, I get
Just
that.
want to get that straight.
Okay, I know. But you're currently in Louisiana, so I just wanted to get that straight. But yeah, man, this is super banked. That's what makes for all this speed, too. If we were flat, we'd have a problem here. But, man, it's going to be... I love this plate race, and I know, English, you love this kind of racing as well.
And I don't only love to watch it and broadcast, I love to do it, too, man. It's just so much fun, and I'm glad they came out with this track because, Daytona and Talladega are a blast. I love them. Monza, the big loop at Monza is a different kind of animal. That thing is rough. So I'm glad they added this iRacing Superspeedway just to kind of mix it up and give guys another place to go to do some high speed pack racing at.
Yeah, this is way more fun, I think. I was just playing on your drum set and just thinking about all the good times we've had here at these big plate races, how we've all gotten turned at the wrong time and made enemies, made friends, and that's kind of what's going to happen tonight. But looks like these guys are a pretty tight-knit group, and we'll see how it ends. And I like rivalries, you guys know that.
You'll never have permission to play on my drum set, even if there's a fire.
I got you. Now, what do you got over there?
What I got is some cars trying to grid up as we speak. So we got a good, decent-sized field of 17 drivers here tonight. So we will now kind of go through what your starting grid will look like. We got Zachary Stanton up there with pole position with Stumpy starting on that outside line in the front row. Brad is going to be starting in the third with Cody, is that Stratton? Looks like Stratton. He is going to be in fourth. Eddie Murray will be starting in fifth with Eric Stoy in sixth. In seventh, you've got Brandon, and in eighth is Austin Johnson. In ninth is Kevin Winker, and rounding out your top 10 is Tim Rivers.
51 of Joshua Moore will be rolling off 11th. The 69 of Little Rimmer in 12th. The 28 of Henry Wyndham, you talked about earlier, he'll be rolling off 13th. Take us home, Adam.
I got you. Right there in 14th in the number 8 car, Derek Puckett. I think I heard this guy's from Texas earlier, so I'm going to be rooting for him. 45 of Michael Graynolds. I don't know if I got that right. 15th, Owen Altabello. 16th, Andrew Hansley. And 17th in the 24 car.
All right, that would be Andrew Hansley the fourth.
I butchered that. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Number 4.
All right, as this pace truck leaves this field, ready to get this race going under green. I'm not expecting, unless there is a lot of damage, we might see one pit stop based on kind of how fuel burns around here. But other than that, these guys are in for a lot of fun, fast-paced laps. It looks like our pace speed here is 90 miles an hour, so pace lap should go by decently quickly if we do run into any issues.
Yeah, man, they're moving.
Yeah, that's just the regular Texas highway speed right there. 90.
On the toll road,
Any
yeah.
county, anywhere. So they're getting it going.
I love that toll road between Georgetown and Seguin, Texas. You can run 80. About 2/3 of it, I think, is 80 miles an hour. And then when you switch over to the other toll road, it's 85 miles an hour. You can drive 85 all the way to Seguin.
Yeah, you got to get it over there. And go out west, El Paso way. Even better. All right, what do we got here, Brown?
What we got is that pace truck peeling off down pit road. These guys are getting ready. They are anxious. They're fired up. And so is our flagman as he stands there with the green flag waving. Zachary Stanton, Stumpy, leading us off down this long front straightaway. 2x2 they go all the way back through the field. Looks like we have a little bit of a move there from Tim Rivers moving down the track a little bit, but you know, he had the space and he's going to use it. We do have 2 lanes. It looks like the first 3 or 4 cars in each lane are all stacked up, and then we got a little bit of space going on between them as we got cars down over on the apron a little bit, but they're able to hang on to it.
It's kind of hard to keep it off the apron. You know, these trucks, they're just, you know, they're hauling butt through here. And if you're racing right behind the guy in front of you, it's kind of hard to see where you need to be. So, and expect a little bit of aero push. We talked about this at the last big track that we did, that, you know, when you're right behind somebody like that, it takes the air off your nose. So even though this is a huge track, these corners are basically U-turns at, you know, 2 ends of a 1.5 mile drag strip. So turning is important. So you're going to want to try to stay behind the truck in front of you, but maybe not too close so you can get a little air on your nose, make that thing turn.
As you can see, as these guys go in and out of these corners, how much of a bump that is. And it's going to be difficult to get any side draft action going on if you were so inclined later on in this race.
Yeah, I'm watching the 45 car Michael Reynolds out there. He's in the back here, but look, he's moving up. He's got a partner here with Andrew Hansley, the 4th, and I think they're just kind of staying with it, getting the rhythm, and you know, just put some laps down and try to avoid anything that happens in front of them.
And so
this is the 3rd race of the season, so this is the first time they've run here, I believe. So they're learning right now. They're learning how this track is set up and the imperfections in it. As they're going 3 wide back here, looks like for about 6th position.
yeah, you got Eddie Murray, Eric Stoy, Kevin Winker right there all around, and it looks like they're going to move up kind of a decent amount of ways, almost going 4 wide there as they go into that corner with that big bump. And man, these guys are doing a pretty good job. I mean, yeah, they're a little kind of spaced out and whatnot, but racing's been pretty darn good.
But look at him, as the 15 car gets in the middle, he starts getting...
Ooh, look at that run that outside line got.
That's some good racing. 51, Dr. Pepper car just went up a little bit, but he grabbed a hold of it. Joshua Moore.
Yeah, you got the 46 of Tim Rivers trying to take away that lead spot from Zachary Stanton. Kevin Winker is pushing him, so man. So what I'm kind of seeing here is you don't necessarily need a whole lot of cars, or in this case trucks here. It's you can do it with 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, it goes back to what we were talking about. It punches such a big hole in the air that the draft behind that truck is so forgiving. It'll just pull you right in. It's just like following a box truck on the interstate. You know, the closer you get to them, the more wind's got knocked off of you there. And we got a couple in the wall up here. Looks like they're trying to hold on to it back here around.
Yeah,
around
I saw
12
that.
to 15.
I was watching the 8 car. I mean, the 8 car at Derek Puckett, Budweiser car. This guy's just riding real smooth, very patient looking. He's sitting P15, but I think he gained a couple spots there because those guys hit the wall.
35-mile race here, 45 laps. So they've got plenty of time. Go ahead and pace yourselves, guys, and it looks like they're doing a pretty good job so far of staying out of trouble.
And so far, I mean, yes, again, a little spaced out, but I mean, from first all the way to 15th, we're talking, less than half a second of a gap, and then kind of a big gap down after that. So, of the people that are still kind of running here, they're doing a heck of a job keeping it nice and tight.
Yeah, and I was listening to them earlier. They got rookie class drivers to A class, and it seems like these guys got their stuff together here, because this has been clean. You were to jump on a carb cup or something, you'd seen 3 wrecks by now. These guys kind of know what they're doing. This is the 3rd race of their season, and man, they're looking sharp.
Yeah, well, all the best of luck to these guys in this HCK Beagles Racing League. They are recruiting, so if you like the way these guys run and you want to join them on and do some really fun super speedway racing, look them up on iRacing. HCK Beagles.
And it looks like for the most part a little single filed out, but no, we've got some movers going on back there. Looks like the 18 of Owen Altabello is trying to maybe get an outside line together, working, saying, "Hey guys, let's get up to that front. Come on."
Yeah, him and Derek Puckett in those Budweiser cars, they look like they're working together a little bit.
The more help you got at a pack racing track like this, the better.
Pretty good battle here in the back.
Pretty good. As Henry Wyndham is now a couple laps down. He's just kind of rolling around on that apron there. That's the field went by, but your current leader still is Tim Rivers. They're single filed out, which is something you might want to definitely see here with 45 laps. We got plenty of time. Even though you have fast repairs and can race hard here early in the race, there's no reason to.
Yeah, take it easy. Save the aggressive moves and stuff for later. I mean, cautions are enabled, so I don't doubt that we'll see at least one.
Yeah, and
hopefully not too early.
You're going to get some wave rounds. I think you're going to get, obviously, your lucky dog. And I'm looking at position 16, the 69 car, Little Rimmer, in the, I think it's Rusty Pig barbecue car, but he's got a little right front end damage that's slowing him down, so he's probably hoping for something to happen so he can get that fixed.
Probably the best name for a barbecue joint I've ever heard, the Rusty Pig.
I think that's what it said. It was a little dented there on the hood, but it's Rusty or Dusty. I'm gonna go with Rusty.
Dusty Pig doesn't sound quite as appetizing.
I agree.
Oh, looks like we now have a top line forming up there towards the front.
Yeah.
Man, we got car sideways.
Here. 18, the 33, and the 20.
Oh, yellow's gonna come out.
Collected.
Yeah,
31 coming over the radio. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah. No, that's the same thing I was going to say. I think he got a little low there. He apologized. Gentleman racing here. As I was watching the 45 of Michael Greynold's, he just ran right through that. Smoked through a keyhole.
Oh, just drifting up the track, and it was just pinball from there. And you said, I apologize who you said,
Oh, Michael Greynold's. He wasn't involved. He just was. He looked like he punched it right. Days of Thunder style. Went high and just kept rolling through.
Well, we do have a camera for that. So let's go and take a look back to see what he saw. And looks like he was able to just kind of stay high as all the action drifted down away from him.
Well, I'm down here on pit road. Andrew Hansley, the 4th in the DuPont machine. He doesn't look too good, and I think the number 8 car is getting pushed by the 20 car. A little more sportsmanship as they're trying to make it down pit road.
Great thing about this league, as of right now, anyway, they have 3 fast repairs. So go ahead and use them up, man. That's what they're there for. Go ahead and get fixed and get back out there. At a track like this, I mean, aero is very important.
Yeah, and how about Eric Stoy in the 20 car pushing the number 8 car, Derek Puckett, into his pit stall, looks like, and they probably won't lose a lap here because this is such a huge venue.
Pace speed is just blazing, though. But it is a 3-mile track, so and it looks like the rest of the field's coming in right now, all the front runners.
I was wondering if they were going to make it on fuel, and I don't think they were going to, so it's probably a good call. Take fuel here, because, I mean, we had dang near 10 green flag laps there, so this race could go quite a long way.
Yeah, we're sitting here on lap 11 right now, so hey, great racing so far. You know, this is kind of what happens at these huge tracks. So, you know, stuff happens. Mistakes are made.
It's one of the reasons I love it, though, because it's unpredictable. These big tracks like this are just so much fun because you never know what's going to happen. You're on the edge of your seat the whole time. But, you know, during a caution like this is your time to slow down because you need to use those ninja focus techniques to kind of slow your heart rate. Just focus on the task at hand and calm down. Get ready for this restart.
Yeah, you really don't want to work harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter this early in the race. I mean, it's early, about almost a third of the way through, so pace yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And get ready for those last 5 laps because that's when the shootout happens.
Yes, indeed, as it looks like got a new leader, had a fantastic pit time, a very short pit time, so I wonder if he only took fuel and no tires there. That would be Joshua Moore. Also note about Joshua here in that 51 car, he's up 10 spots.
Yeah, and you can kind of look at the times. I think Kevin Winkler, the 42 car, might have taken 2 right side tires, but I don't think tires are necessary in here unless you flat spot them.
Well, and we talked about it before. This isn't Talladega or Daytona because it looks like a little bit sharper turn on both ends of this racetrack. So tires may come into play on a race as long as this. I mean, it's 135 miles, and that right front may start to hurt here if they were to try to push it too far.
Yeah, well, you know, mine and yours strategy, tires, get them every time. You know, I would have got them. I would have picked them up, but hey, each his own. We'll see how it plays out.
I'm with you.
As it looks like we are getting ready to stack back up and take this thing back to green flag racing. Just waiting for the rest of the field to kind of catch up as they exit turn number 2 here. And yeah, so we saw him be a little patient, and I think that was just a little bit of driver error, and just the nature of the track is what kind of caused that caution.
It is. It's going to happen. It's to be expected. I mean, these trucks are kind of squirrely, getting into the turns and stuff. A lot of it has to do with the transition, and maybe not being able to see too much track in front of you because you're on the tailgate of that truck in front of you. But one thing we talk about too is the wave arounds and stuff. The 8 of Derek Puckett got waved around here. They do wave arounds here, and try to keep the racing as close as possible. Try to keep as many folks as they can on the lead lap. So Derek Puckett back on the lead lap.
Yeah, then that is fantastic for him. So as we enter the exit of turn number 4, that pace truck is going to be turning down here right away. And away we go with more green flag super speedway action. Joshua, man, did people just laid way back or what? But he kind of looks like he was driving out there all alone for a second there. Kevin Winker is going to drop down to that inside and kind of just fall in line. Looks like the 4 of Stumpy is kind of stuck there on that outside and might get Freight Train going backwards.
Yeah, Stumpy's going to have to probably duck into the back of this line. Whoa, he might have a little help now. It's always a good thing when you see somebody pop out in front of you and get behind them. That's the 31.
31 of Brad.
Brad decided he saw that 4 coming and said, come on, buddy, I'll go with you.
Let's go. And, yeah, they're need to close up just a little bit to start maybe getting a run, but that inside line is definitely getting more and more cars kind of bunched up down there. And, you know, we haven't seen too much bumper-to-bumper racing here, but they've definitely been pretty darn close.
Well, I find something interesting here. I'm watching the number 69 car, Little Rimmer. I know he pitted, but he's still got damage on that front right side. I don't know if he made a mistake and didn't get a fast repair. He's getting freight trained here as I'm sitting here watching him.
51 here leading this race. He's up 10 positions, and a lot of it's due to that 2-tire stop. Do you think he'll come to regret that, or it looks like he's doing pretty well with it?
You know, I think it, especially at a track like this, it's going to be just what you are comfortable with. And, you know, he might have done this once or twice before, and so it will work out for him, as it's 3 wide back there. As, man, that top row had a massive run with Stumpy kind of leading that charge.
18 got a little piece of the wall there as he falls back, as the inside cars here are going around him pretty quick.
These cars they're just, these trucks, I say, they're just wicked to watch, and the sound coming off of them is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Man, there's only one way to hear that sound even better, and that is to crank it up.
Crank it up.
Well, if you ever wondered what 230 miles per hour with a whole bunch of other people right around you, well, there you go. That's what it sounds like. Joshua Moore still leading this thing pretty solidly. And we kind of stepped away from 3 wide racing. We're back down to 2, and that top line is trying to inch its way forward.
That's all about momentum. It's how many guys you can get together to help you. And if they can make that upper groove work, I mean, why not? Try to catch up and maybe try to pass some of these cars on the inside without... It doesn't look like they're doing a whole lot of side drafting just because all this back and forth motion that you're seeing here.
Yeah, I was looking there. Joshua Moore says he's from Michigan. Those are some tough people up there. Maybe an...
Oh, we got cars around!
20 car.
And the yellow comes out. We're going to go back and take a look at that one.
Yeah, Eric Story in the 20 car. He is having trouble getting that thing back on the track.
Only your second caution of the race. These guys have done a pretty good job about keeping it clean. Only the second caution so far at lap 19 here.
Yeah, the 31 of Brad is damaged as well.
Yeah, it looked like got maybe a little bit of netcode help from down low, and the 20 just goes around, and that 31 had nowhere to go.
I didn't notice the netcode until you said something, and I saw it on the replay. iRacing does a really good job of simulating real-life racing, but every now and then you're going to get a little bit of this netcode problem where you got a little bit of space you can see between cars, but contact happens somehow.
Yeah, it's a simulation, not a game. But just watching these guys, minus that incident there, where I think we have a better race than if you're watching a real truck race live on television. So they're holding their lines, they're doing well. It's a difficult task, and damn good racing so far.
Speaking of people watching, Carol Hansley is saying, "Good luck, number 24 of Andrew." She's watching on Facebook on the M.TV Facebook page.
As of unfortunate night for him so far, I believe he is still currently in the pits, but we hope he does come back out and get back to racing with us here, because, man, this is some great plate track action tonight.
Yeah, it's my favorite to watch, to broadcast. I mean, and my favorite car in the iRacing genre is the truck, and I know quite a bit about these things, and they're just fun to drive. It's a simulation, not a game, but just the way the aero moves and how fast you can go, what you can do with your competitor, and now it's time to make some friends, start moving towards the front. You're getting close to halfway through.
Yeah, they don't have to be permanent friends. I mean, they don't have to be friends that you're going to go do karate in the garage with or anything, but maybe some temporary alliances tonight. Hook up and move up. And Puny Hunk on YouTube watching says, finished P2 at Daytona last night, and I can't wait for next Monday. Yeah, neither can we. We love watching the racing that these guys are putting on.
So we, as you kind of mentioned about trying to find, maybe a little bit of help out there, it does look like these guys do have kind of like a team atmosphere. We got quite a few people in multiple chats here looking, so definitely look for maybe a little team strategy going on later on in this race.
Yeah, the team.
Go
ahead, sir.
No, I was just going to say, I'm looking at the Texas boys. You got Puckhead and Stumpy and Stoy, looks like, and then Dr. Pepper Racing, Kevin Winkler and a couple others. There's nicknames and whatnot. Big Boys Racing, they look like a bunch of nicknames, but hey, that's what makes it fun. You have a team, you have somebody you can work with, and it's just super enjoyable when you can race with your buddies and try to have a strategy and get up there and try to win this thing.
Yeah, the 42 of Winker, you could see that car a mile away. That McDonald's paint looked like an old Bill Elliott car,
Yeah, we got quite a few good paints out there. You got Cody Staton and I believe it's Altiva car there.
Altiva car. Joshua Moore in that. Looks like the Dr. Pepper car. That boy's from Michigan. What's he know about Dr. Pepper?
Sell it all over the U.S., man.
Oh, that's true. Never mind.
It's like the 18 Owen Altabello got his lap back. He's starting tail into the lead lap.
As these guys stack back up to get ready to take this green flag, we will have 23 laps to go. And, so it's now past halfway. They're starting to kind of get down into that crunch time.
Yeah, the farther into this race we go, I think the more aggression we're going to see out of these drivers and the less patience. What do you think about it, Adam?
Okay, I'm hoping for all that. Whatever you just said and more. I like fights. I like anger. Just kind of in my nature. But I want to see it done clean and fair. But, yeah, I agree. It's plate track racing, champ to chump to champ. You can do it from the back end at these race tracks. So, super excited to see the last half of this race. Unfortunately for Andrew Hansley in the 24 car, he's a couple laps down, but hopefully he can make that up here as we progress to the start-finish line.
And a quick correction, so it looks like Cody Staton and Zachary Staton are both running Exalta paint, so definitely look forward to those two to work together. Who knows? They might be some brothers as the pace truck coming down pit road, the 51 of Joshua Moore is taking this green flag, and away they go. Josh getting a giant jump there on that restart.
He gone. Man, don't get too far out in front. We've seen that happen before. You get too far out in front, a couple of cars get together, they're going to make a run on you, and they're going to blow your doors off.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You want to stay close to the pack, even if you're the leader.
As he's up at the top, running that top line, he finally's got some help, but that's going to give Cody and Zach positions 1 and 2 as they kind of blew right by him, like you said.
Yeah, they got some momentum now, don't they? I love the team dynamic. You two guys and me, we've been in a league for a while that has the team set up and 4 cars max to a team, just like cup racing, you know. So the team thing adds such a different dynamic to it, and it's a lot more fun when you add different elements like that into the racing to make it more real.
It looked like Eddie Murray was having a little bit of an issue there. He was able to get it back under control, but taking a quick trip down on that apron, and so good job from him for hanging on to it and keep this thing going.
Yeah, he held it there. It looked like he was looking for ball 4. He might have wanted to walk there as the Beagles were playing the Twins. Oh, wait, wrong sport.
Oh, man, get back on the race, dude.
I'm sorry, I just love that name, Eddie Murray.
As you can see, those cars up on that top line, they are nose to tail, just about as close as you can get, getting squiggly from all that air buffering going on. But they are making a run back up towards that front, so they're 2 wide for the lead. Joshua Moore and Cody Staton.
Well, you got a second pack here with Derek Puckett running in 9th position, and they're moving on up. They're about to be in the lead pack as well, so that kind of shows you you don't need too many friends here to move up. You just need a little dance partner, and you can do it.
Y'all were right. I didn't really think that only a couple or 3 cars could make that much ground, but y'all were right, man. These guys are, even the small groups, they're making tracks.
I think one of the biggest things with that is just how close do you, or how much do you trust the person, and how close can you get? Because I mean, like we said, this is not the easiest super speedway track to drive, and you do have to drive it a bit. So it's all about just getting as close as you can, and how brave you feel.
And it's only race 3, and Adam, like you like to say, you know, they might still be in meet the teacher mode here.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like it to me. It looks like they're in almost grade 3, like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. I'm watching Derek Puckett. He's position 8, number 8. He's got damage still to his right back fender, and he's still hanging on in the pack. So pretty interesting to see him move so fast with a little bit of damage.
If you're not in, go ahead, sir.
I was just gonna say, as we see 3 wide racing up at the top.
Oh, wow.
Man, only 1 car really out there on that outside, and that's going to be Owen Altabello. He's going to need to kind of either find somebody to help him or just jump back down in the line, as our lines start to get more and more squirrely as the racing gets tighter and tighter. Big run from Stumpy moving towards that outside.
Oh, Stumpy's trying to make a run, but hey, I love this type of racing. This has been incredible, and I'm so happy for the HCK Beagles guys to have such a cool race going on, and just super excited to see what happens here at the end.
Yeah, they have a Facebook page too, so definitely get on there and like their Facebook page so you can see what they're up to. HCK Beagles. What's their Facebook? HCK Beagles Racing League. Just type that into your search bar on Facebook, and you can find them.
Speaking of like, don't you think you should like our page as well? I'm not a real FaceTime guy, but you can give them that name.
Facebook, maybe?
Either way.
One of those.
Oh, Stumpy. Stumpy getting out of... Yeah, he kind of got out of line there and got forced all the way out, so he's now going to need... Now he's going to have some tough fighting to do to crawl his way back up as they're 3 wide, kind of in the middle there. It looks like Tim Rivers and the 8 of Derek Puckett. Oh, the 51 now going out super wide. Contact, but they're able to hang on to it.
Wow, great skill. These guys wheeling these trucks around here at these insane speeds. So good on them to kind of keep it clean there.
It almost looks like Centipede back here in the back in 10th, 11th, and 9th place. But they're hanging on to it. That's MDOTV, M.TV. Like it on Facebook, guys. Give us a shot.
Richard G on YouTube says he likes that 8 Bud truck. Yeah, we do too, Richard. Not just the paint, but the guy's driving pretty clean too. Old Derek Puckett back in what's he in 11th place now? Up 3 spots from the start.
Yeah, it's got another Budweiser car too. There ain't nothing wrong with Budweiser now. That's born in the USA.
And another name we haven't really mentioned too much today, that would be Austin Johnson in the 12 car. He's up 5 spots. He's been having a solid race, sitting there in 3rd right now.
The 8 car's got more fans. He's got Kiara Puckett on our Facebook page saying the 8 is definitely the best racer out there. Go Puckett. And Heather Hansley is saying, come on, Andrew. Andrew's still stuck 3 laps down right now, but that could change if we can get some wave rounds and maybe a caution or 2 more. But we're kind of winding down. We're almost to 30.
Oh, boy.
Car.
Owen all the way down. He managed to save it, but he's going to lose a lot from that one, and unfortunately, that's also going to bring out a yellow.
Well, unfortunately for everybody except for Andrew Hansley, who desperately needs a couple of these laps back.
I believe that was the 18 car of Owen Altabello. That must be an Italian name. That's why it's hard for me to announce.
Yeah, just getting a little loose and a little help later on. And, man, he took it through the grass, avoided the wall, hung onto it. So, what a great job by him.
What do you think, Adam? You pretty impressed by how these guys can handle these high-speed cars and trucks?
Oh, dude. These guys are rolling it. Now, we hadn't mentioned this Harry Wyndham number 28. He looks like he's just in the regular old plain Jane iRacing car, but he's moved his way up to 8th, so he's up 5 spots. So, yeah, man, this is what I like. I live for this type of racing, and these guys are putting on a show. Super happy that we got asked to be involved, and thank these guys from HCK Beagles because they asked for us, and we do have a fan club out there. Ask old Michelob Richard Gray.
Well, it looks like you mentioned Henry Wyndham, the 28 here a minute ago. He looks like the only truck on his own pit strategy there. He pitted at lap 5. Everybody else has either pitted on lap 11 or lap 20 or thereabouts. So, yeah, the 28 of Henry Wyndham, kind of on his own pit strategy. He's going to have to come in here eventually.
Yeah, I think he's going to come down right now, as you mentioned that.
And it looks like we're going to have quite a few takers. Eddie Murray is going to stay out, as well as Brad, and I think Owen Altabello will also stay out, but the rest of the field is coming down for their pit stops.
So that's going to put the 33 of Eddie on the front. On pole position here on the restart, with Owen Altabello starting in behind him. What's the team situation there, Adam? Are these guys friend or foe right now? The 33 and the 18.
Well, that makes it a little confusing. I'm not quite sure due to the way things are set up in Discord.
Oh, okay.
But
sorry, brother.
I'm gonna have to. Oh, 51 spins coming out of the pits.
Uh-oh.
Well, the good news for him, he's just got to take a quick loop back down pit road to then re-get his car done fixed up.
Set you up there, Adam. I thought we could tell if they were teammates or not. My bad, man.
Set me up for failure now.
Oh, man, I didn't mean to do that to you.
Wow.
We could still go on riverboat gambling trips and make our own beef jerky and stuff like that.
I hope so, because I need a sandwich right now. Speaking of Eddie Murray, he's sitting in first, and he's in the 33 car. I don't think this may be the real Eddie Murray that played for the Baltimore Orioles, because that was his number back in the day.
Is it really?
Oh yeah. I hope so. That would be something for me, because I was a big fan of Eddie Murray. Great baseball player. And now he's number 1 in iRacing on the HCK Beagles League at this point in time.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin Winker is going to come back down pit road, maybe to get some last-minute adjustments done. And, I mean, for the most part, these guys have been doing a fantastic job at this tricky super speedway.
I was looking at their schedule earlier today. You know, they've got, 7 more races, I think? Something like that, in this season. And they alternate between Daytona, Talladega, and here. So it's not like some super speedway leagues where they're running the same track every week, or they're running, 2 tracks back and forth. These guys have 3, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but it really does add a lot more excitement and content.
Different races, different style of racing, even other super speedways. So you're saying this isn't a Mitchell Paul Qualls never pit race. This is
That's correct.
Do a little bit of different stuff.
Yeah,
here.
they mix it up a little bit, and good on them for doing that.
I think the real Annabelle Peaches would love something like this.
Oh, for sure, man.
Quite a race we have seen tonight, Brown, and you have done a great job up there calling this. All this cool action.
As we start to stack back up behind that pace truck, as you can see, the lights are off, which means we are getting ready to go back to racing. Entering 3 and 4 right now. We're going to have 11 laps to go when this thing does go green, so if things were already hot, it's just gonna get hotter.
Well, hopefully, I'm not sure. Do you guys know if they have any green-white checkers loaded on this?
I am actually unaware of that.
Well, let's find out.
Well, green flags waving, and Eddie Murray getting a big jump. But we saw that last restart, that big jump really doesn't matter too much when these guys get all packed back together. If anything, it might hurt you because they're just gonna go straight around you.
Wow, that inside is really moving.
Yeah, it's quite a deal all up and down this track. Really cool racing here, even in...
Oh, 3 wide for second as they're starting to come back up. Oh, looking maybe to go on that apron, but I don't think that's
cars on the apron.
Don't think that's a good place to pass.
Look at that middle row car.
Whoo!
Smokes.
With a full head of steam by himself, Tim Rivers driving across. Oh, we got contact.
33 got turned there, it looked like.
Oh, man. Caution's out again. Did you see that huge run?
Yeah, it doesn't take but just a little bit of checkup and people can blow right past you. Something like this.
I couldn't believe that truck that ran up the middle and then around the outside. Who was that? Was that the 18?
It was.
Yeah, I believe it was.
No, I think it was I believe it was the 46.
You're right. Yep, it was Tim Rivers. Good call on that, Brown.
Now, let's go take a replay look at that as he just shuffles straight up through the middle, kind of like being launched out of a cannon through all that side draft.
250.
And man alive, he flew through there and was able to take the lead.
Yeah, he was driving that thing like he stole it. They did a little bit of lift. He just said, "No, I don't think I'm gonna lift here. I'm gonna go up high and pass you boys."
Might get Tech to look at that car a little bit, or that truck a little bit closer here once we shut down.
Uh-oh,
Looks
we
like
got a
we're
real
waiting for the
slowdown.
pace car here. Yeah.
Yeah, holding up for the pace car here is it should be around momentarily.
There it is.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just a little computer issue. It's no big deal. Simulation, not a game. I like to mention that many times to all the families out there that think their friend, boyfriend, wife, husband, whatever, is actually playing a video game. They're not. They're simulating racing.
I mean, there's as far as racing goes, nothing comes closer to real racing than this iRacing platform. They do a great job of, and you can get as serious about it as you want. I mean, I like to race in VR. It really feels like you're sitting in a car. You can build your own racing rig, or they sell rigs that are set up just like a car with pedals and a steering wheel and gear shifter and everything. So it's all about how in-depth you want to get into it.
Yeah, you can spend a couple $100 or you can spend 20 grand. I mean,
Oh, man.
and that's the cool thing about this genre of racing, this simulation series is, and like you said, iRacing does a great job. We got to give props out to them. They put this on. I know it's not perfect. It's flawed to some degree, but it is about the best thing out there if you want to get on here and have some fun. And having fun is what the HCK Beagles seem to be all about. Heck of a
Yeah.
race league. Enjoying this.
Yeah, they're not out here to sell a business or anything. It's just a group of buddies that get together and do this for fun, and it really shows. You can tell that these guys are having fun at it, for sure.
As we'll do a kind of quick rundown through your field standings as of right now, and Tim Rivers, with that amazing move kind of up through that middle, was able to take the lead, so he will have the lead on this restart, with Owen Altabello starting in second. Brandon will be in third, Eric Stoy in fourth, and Brad in fifth. Stumpy kind of been going up and down all night. He's going to be in sixth, with Little Rimmer starting in seventh. You got Derek Puckett in eighth, Kevin Winker in ninth, and Zachary Staton in 10th.
So we've got a lap back, it looked like. So he's got...
He's only one lap down. He just needs...
He's one lap down. If we can just get him away for a round.
No, excuse me. I believe he is still 2 laps down.
Oh, man. Well, my hopes were dashed there.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the 33 car, Eddie Murray. I was talking about champ to chump. He was leading the race earlier. Now he's back here in 16th, 15th. So he can still get up there. You just got to keep going. We have, I think, 6-7 laps to go, Brown. I'm not good at math. Either is English.
As I think the lights on that pace truck are off, so we're starting to stack back up here. So we will have 7 laps to go, barring any cautions. And you know what that means. It's time to buckle up, strap on that drinking helmet, throw inhibition out the window. It is time to go racing.
Getting serious now, boys.
Yeah, this is what I like right here. This is where we start to see fireworks, anger, hatred of your fellow driver. So
There's not a lot of hatred around here. I don't
no, it
believe.
doesn't seem like these guys actually like each other. So
Yeah.
let's see when this pace truck comes down and what happens, Brown.
Yeah, so pace truck should be peeling down here any second, and away he goes. Let's see if Tim learns anything from these restarts. And getting a big jump really doesn't help you all too much. And yeah, he got a nice jump there, and it looks like he's gonna have the 39 of Brandon there to help him. So it shouldn't be too bad. But Owen is trying to fight and maybe get ahead of Brandon there on that outside, but he's got 0 help.
Yeah, that inside line looks a little bit more put together. We'll see as the outside line looks like a couple of cars coming up here to maybe help form up.
No, they're just going to
He
go
goes to the
straight
middle.
around him as Stumpy going along that outside with some help from Derek Puckett and I believe Brad.
Yeah, let's just unleash
Ooh,
the
watch out,
hatred now. Unleash the hatred. Let's make it happen. This is some good racing here. They're back and forth, 2, 3 wide back here.
Altabello found his way back down into the lower line. A little bit of bumping and banging there while he was doing it, but was able to make it happen. As they're really staying all together up here. It looks like.
Oh, as the 69 goes very, very high there in the corner, so he's going to move all the way back. He was sitting up into 5th.
Yeah, little Rimmer, man, he had a little problem. I think he hit the back end of somebody and went high.
So he's got Tim Rivers and Brandon kind of working together, but Owen and Eric are, I believe, sitting there on that outside getting a very big run. Excuse me, it's going to be Kevin Winker going to be giving Owen that push. So these two, and they're just kind of working by themselves. They're doing some pretty good work up there as they're getting a big run now across the line with 5 laps to go.
3 wide again.
Yeah, if you're running the outside line, you want somebody like Winker pushing you, as the guy he was pushing kind of leaves him hanging up there. But the 20 looks like he's going to come to Winker's rescue.
Oh, it's got car around.
28 and the 8 got together. And it looks like the 28 took the bulk of the damage there.
Yeah, Henry Wyndham in the 28 car really got turned there and didn't look good at the end.
That's just a case of he was trying to push him, but they just weren't square. You know, both of the cars were moving. Trucks were moving, sorry. And 28 just went around there.
Yeah, it's hard to square up these bumpers when these trucks are moving around that quick, but it didn't look like Henry had any too hard of contacts. He should be able to fix it up and come right on back, but Owen Altabello with that big push from Kevin Winker there, he was able to take the lead, so he will be starting on that front row here.
Yeah, and Derek Puckett in the number 8 car, he had some damage too. Hopefully they have a fast repair here and they can just squeeze down in there, get it fixed, and run it for the last few laps, because it's now crunch time. This is where we start making the money. And I believe these guys have put their money together.
Well, not only crunch time, but it's time to see if we've got any green-white checkers here, because if we don't, this race, I think, is gonna end under caution.
Yeah, Zachary Staten in the number 88 car and Exalta car, he's got some damage as well. I see smoke coming out there. It looks like he's killing mosquitoes.
Yeah, and guys, just let us know if we're mispronouncing your name or something. Just please direct message us and let us know, because if it's Staten or Staten, you know, one of them's wrong, one of them's right. Just tell us which one's the right one, fellas, so we can better do our jobs here, representing you guys, because y'all are putting on a great show. Just it's a blast watching you guys here.
As this field paces around that pace truck, which is typically found there on some dirt tracks, coming over here to Chelmsford, Massachusetts, virtually in iRacing Superspeedway. So I kind of like this league style. You know, you don't always need the traditional there to get you around.
Well, I mean, it's a truck leading a truck race. I mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, it really does. We had the kind of the back of the pack there. They all came in. Andrew Hansley is still sitting in the pit, so he may have had to tow. I'm not quite sure. In a 24 DuPont car, looks like the old Jeff Gordon machine.
Yeah, he's been there for a little over 4 minutes, so it may have been a case of just running out of fast repairs and maybe having some required damages. Now he's being scored 5 laps down.
So then a rough race here for Andrew, unfortunately there. As of right now, Owen, though, he's on that opposite end of that spectrum. He's going to be leading this thing off, and he's up 15 positions.
Well, I think we'll find out here if we're going to have a green-white checker as they start working their way across.
So I don't want it to be over yet. I love watching these guys.
I mean, and let's talk about the difficulty.
And they do. We are going to have a green-white checker finish here for you tonight.
Awesome.
Kind of figured we would, and looks like they have 3 green-white checkers.
3 possibles, yeah.
All right.
You could be getting a little extra work out of us here.
So this is attempt number 1 at a green-white checker as the lights on that pace truck turn off, stacking up to go back 2 wide racing. And just about every single restart, it seems like that inside row's been getting back together quicker than everybody else.
Yeah, it's all about who's behind you, helping you. Yeah, that made my day, seeing that we got 3 possible green-white checkers. I'm excited now, boys.
Yeah, I think NASCAR only does 2, so these guys are extending it, trying to.
Oh, it's unlimited now. They call it. They call it NASCAR overtime now. So they just keep doing them until, until somebody takes the white under green, or until they run out of cars. I guess whichever comes first.
That's interesting. That could make for some crazy stuff. So. Hopefully we see some good action come on right here.
Yeah, so we're going to have Owen Altabello on the inside, Tim Rivers on that outside, and if you're Tim Rivers and looking behind you, you got Kevin Winker. He's been the pusher of the race. He's the guy. He's the one that you want behind you as pace truck comes down, green flags waving, and away we go as nice and tight back on that restart there. So we'll be 2 wide and nothing too crazy run away about that one as Kevin works his way up to Tim, trying to get him pushed out into that front.
We've had 5 cautions here, but I'll tell you, I've never seen a cleaner race run at this fictional iRacing Superspeedway. It's just been impressive and so fun to watch overall.
That second pack starts to close on the front pack. This is where all the action happens.
As
20 got in a 42.
Winkler goes around, we're going to have another attempt at this.
Yeah, Winker, it was him and the 20, I believe, that got together here. I have to go back and see what happened.
They're really working for it out there.
I mean, that was just a racing incident. The 42 was in a spot, and the 20 was in another spot, and they both tried to take the same spot. So,
yeah, it happens. But I don't know if we've mentioned how this track is really wide, and you have a lot of room, but there's only a couple laps to go. I think the track kind of tightens up, tunnel vision happens, and you're just trying to get up front. So no harm, no foul. We have another green-white checker and a Yahtzee to go.
Yeah, so Owen is still going to be maintaining that lead. Brandon moving up into that second position with Brad in third. Tim falling back into fourth. Kind of unfortunate there. I'm sure he was looking forward to a good finish by being pushed by Mr. Winker there, and who did unfortunately tow. So we'll just have to see if he's able to get back out there in time for this one to go back green again.
How about the 18 tonight? Owen Altabello in the 18, up 15 positions. He's just been on a roll. Whether he had help or not, he was moving up through the field quite well today.
And these guys do have a championship standing, so let's just kind of tell you what those look like right now. And right now we got a tie for the lead. Tim Rivers and Derek Puckett. Tim Rivers is, sneaking his way up there. He's in the top 5 with Puckett not quite in that top 10, so look for a late push from him. Kevin Winker is sitting there in third, tied with Austin Johnson by the looks of it. So unfortunate so far for Kevin, but he's still got some time to make this one up.
Well, look, and I think Rivers and Puckett both have a win on the season. I'm not sure if my information's current there, but
that is what it looks like.
Yeah, these guys are great competitors, and even though they might not finish where they want to tonight, they're still doing pretty well in points. So they do use the NASCAR scoring table for this league. So as you might know, it's 43 for the winner, and then declining points for each position behind them. So pretty standard stuff for this HCK Beagles league. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the standard. Straightforward.
So now my question to you guys is, do you think this one will be it, or do you think we need to use our final attempt?
Let me tell you, it's kind of hard to tell because this is our first race with these guys, but oh man, Yahtzee, I think they'll probably use at least one more.
Yeah, I tend to agree. We've been around, maybe not these guys, but super speedways in general. People get squirrely, they get antsy, they want to win, right? And that's what I think's probably going to happen. I think we may see one other big one, but could be wrong here. You're the bookie. What are the odds?
I think the odds is we're in for some exciting racing here to finish this one out. I think that's what the odds are.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we've seen nothing but exciting stuff from these guys, and hopefully we're getting some new fans, followers, likes, Instagrams, FaceTimes, Twitches, Switches, tweets, all that stuff, because we like putting on a show for y'all, and really the show is the racing. That dictates how we do it, and I'm having a good time tonight with these guys, HCK Beagles Racing League.
As the lights on that pace truck have been turned off, so we're going to enter 3 and 4 one more time and then take this thing back to green flag racing. Owen Altobello sitting there in first with Brandon on that outside. Looks like we got that 31 of Brad sitting there behind him with Tim Rivers in fourth. So these guys, man, they're ready to go. I know I'm ready to go. I know y'all are ready to go. Pace truck peeling off down pit road, and away we go one more time. Owen taking that green flag. Side by side they go.
Woo, here we go, man. You think this will be it?
Well, there's only one way.
So far.
Only one way to find out, as that top line is actually getting together better than that bottom line this time.
They're pretty organized this time around.
As that 39 of Brandon's trying to get some help. Oh, man!
What's happening? This is it, boys. Oh, no. Got half the field involved in this one.
There we go. I saw the number 8 car, Derek Puckett, look like he's almost came out of that unscathed and jumped a few spots. So, wow. Well, there's your answer, boys. That was the big one.
A lot of tore up equipment there.
Man, just looked like the 39 came just came straight down.
Well,
When you take something with a pickup truck shape and try to drive at 230 miles an hour. I mean, it's not easy to handle.
Yeah, but is it fun?
Oh, it's definitely fun. Well, when there's no risk of death or permanent injury or paralysis.
So,
Send it, baby.
Well, there could be if you sit in your racing rig too long, you get a blood clot or something. These guys probably ready to get out of that chair and shake it off because
You can turn your force feedback down if you're worried about
about
getting killed.
I'm talking about old man stuff, sir.
Oh,
These
I got
guys
you, I
probably
got you.
young, but man, look at them go. This is everybody's done their part, and let's see if we can get this thing finished off in a awesome fashion.
Tell you what,
hopefully-
I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, and I think we've gained some rivalries today. Can't wait to see how this shakes out the rest of the season with these guys.
Alan Brown, is this one of them times that is this one of those kind of races where maybe when the race is over, maybe don't look at Discord for a solid day?
This is a super speedway league, and feelings are gonna get hurt. So I mean, it just seems like these guys are a good group of guys, though. So I don't think there's gonna be too many hard feelings after this.
I'm watching Eric Stoy in the 20 car. He's coming down pit road. He must have, maybe he's got something up his sleeve here.
He's pitting from 8th position, so maybe he's counting on not losing a whole heck of a lot of track position here. Let's see. Man, I feel bad for Andrew Hansley as he's so many laps down now, and
Looks like Austin Johnson is also some laps down. So.
yeah, he's a couple laps down too. And
Hey, 17 cars in this race, and we got 15 on the lead lap. That ain't too shabby.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, especially now towards here at the end, it's starting to get a little dicey. But I mean, up until now, they've been racing pretty good. I mean, we've seen some fantastic saves as people have gone down to the apron, through the grass, and I mean, so these guys definitely have some talent.
so there's something to be said about minor damage here. So we hear the guys talking on the radio right now about looking at each other's damage and stuff. If you've got a little bit of damage, even a bent up spoiler and a screwed up quarter panel, if you're not leading one of these lines, the draft with these trucks is everything. So if you're not leading a line, if you're in a line with some guys that the leader of your line doesn't have any damage, you can keep up with them. You really can. It's not over for you.
Yeah, no, I think we were watching that earlier with the 69 of Little Rimmer. He had a little damage and he kept up. And 69 of Little Rimmer is actually, I believe, Gregory Turner. Could be my cousin or brethren. So we saw it earlier, just like you said. It's such a huge draft area. You can still hang in there, but I wouldn't want too much damage with these trucks.
Yeah, so Owen Altabello is going to get this restarted in first once again. And, so far out of all the spots, I think that might be the one you want to be in. If not, I think the other spot would probably be in third, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, third, definitely. You want to be in the front here. I mean, there's no doubt about it, because there's going to be people pushing in the back, and they're going to try to get up there, and there's going to be some chaos, because this is it. This is all we got. We don't have anything else. We're sitting at lap 52, and we're basically just going to send it right here.
You know what I love about this is we're getting so much more than we paid for. Yeah, it was a 45 lap race, and we're at 52.
Yeah, I hope all those Facebook fans and all the fans on YouTube. I hope they're enjoying this because we sure as heck are.
Sure, man. I love it. Love this pack race.
Gotta love it. As that pace truck leading us around for the final time. Coming down pit road, and away we go with Owen Altabello taking us off. He's going to get a decent run, but Cody Staton sitting sitting on that outside as, yes, 3 wide, 4 wide right behind him.
8's dropping like a rock. He must have some damage that's affecting him pretty bad. He's pretty much out of it now. 33 and the 69 kind of getting close working together. Look at the 20 and the 28 on the outside line here. They've got a pretty good little run going as the 20 goes to the outside of the 28, making it 3 wide.
Making it 3 wide, working by himself to get up to that front. So we might see a couple rows of 3 wide racing here as this thing enters turn 3 and 4. Cody dropping down in front of the 18 of Owen Altabello.
Back here, the 45's wrecking.
45's wrecking. Yellow flag comes out.
That will be it.
And that will be it.
Oh, they called it. We didn't get to come back around. But hey, that was pretty sweet.
I think the rule is they have to take the white. Oh, they're still wrecking. There are cars smashed all over the damn place up here. Wow, chaos erupts here at the end of this 135-mile race. Well, that's what it was scheduled for. We did more like 150.
Are we gonna fight by the haulers? Because I'll be down there. I'll come down there and let it happen.
Get your shoulder-mounted video unit and head down that way.
Man, we were so close to taking the white flag too, but you know what? That is just how racing goes and be sometimes. That is just how it be.
It's like the 18 held on and took that win, I believe.
It does kind of look like that.
I was so focused on all the drama going on that
They're doing
the guy...
a little iRacing action here. I think they're going to throw the checker as they cross the line.
Info. Little inside baseball going on here, but
Oh, I love
bear
baseball.
with us, folks.
Yeah,
Let's see how the finale ends here.
Keep in mind the results that we're going to announce are unofficial results until the admins approve everything. So you might hear your favorite driver being announced in a position, and then later on the points may not reflect. So keep in mind this is unofficial results that we're going to announce.
Yeah, so as of right now, it looks like Cody Staton is going to pick up the win here tonight, with Owen Altabello finishing in second, with Henry Wyndham rounding out your top 3.
Yeah, that was some speed racing. That's all it. Super speedway racing. That's all that was. That was.
And it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I wish it would have. I wish they would have been able to take the white there. That way they could race back to the checker flag. But it doesn't always turn out that way. And they did the best they could. They gave the drivers every chance that they could, going ahead and opting for the 3 green-white checkers. But it's a shame we couldn't make it a race for the finish. But hey, man, the most of the race was good. So I think we definitely came out ahead and got our money's worth for this race tonight. Mr. Brown, you ready to talk to some winners here?
Yeah,
or some podium finishers?
That's what I'm working on.
it's behind the scenes, behind baseball action. It's not exactly easy. We just joined this league.
Oh, yeah,
We're
I
trying
know
to
it.
figure it out. But man, I like these guys. To be honest with you, this is all right.
Henry, Owen, and Nitro.
Yep.
Henry, Owen. I guess Nitro is Cody Staton.
There's just so many nicknames. Makes
Yeah,
it difficult for some newcomers like us. We're
and
just
everybody's Discord is different. Sometimes people allow you to make whatever handle you want. I was in a league here not too long ago that it had to match your iRacing name, even if it didn't match what your nickname was in the race. So
Yeah. So
we're getting it sorted out, folks.
So what we'll do first is we will interview our second place finisher, and that would be Mr. Owen Altabello. And Owen, do you got a copy, man?
He is muted, it looks like.
He may be in the beat laboratory.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
We got you now.
Mr. Owen Altabello with a solid second place finish. And man, I think you might have had a run there at the end if that white flag had came out before the yellow, but still a solid night for you, up 14 spots to finish there in second.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I joined the race a little late, about 15 seconds before the grid, before the race started, so I didn't get to qualify, but got kind of turned there on lap 10, wrecked out, but luckily a quick repair. And yeah, too bad I couldn't get the win. I had about 0.3 laps left when the caution came out, so I was hoping we would go green on the first two. Green white checkers, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But I can't be too mad at second place. First two races I was in first, and both times I got wrecked out of first place, so it feels good to not get completely wrecked. You're in the lead there.
Well, I tell you what, it definitely paid off staying out, and you just, it was almost a flawless race besides that one incident that you mentioned, but up 14 spots. What a great showing today. It was a lot of fun watching you in that 18 car. And are we saying your name right? Is it Altabello?
Yeah, you got it right on.
Okay. Lucky guess, I guess. But it was fun watching you, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully I'll be up here again next few races.
Yeah, I just want to mention, are you from California? That's what it says on your iRacing deal that I'm looking at. All right, well, cool. Good job for California, man.
Yeah.
Second place, you represented them, and we had a lot of fun watching you guys. I think it's a lot of fun, a little mayhem at times, but that's Superspeedway racing. A heck of a league y'all have, and congratulations on P2.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
All right, so now we will talk to our race winner. And Cody, please correct me if I'm saying your name wrong, but is it Staton or Staten or?
It's Staten.
All right, Cody Staten, your race winner here tonight with a nice kind of last lap push there on that outside, and man, talk about a great run there.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. We were coming around the corner, and I got out in front, and the 18 was behind me, and he saw they were wrecking. He pulled out and tried to get around me, but just didn't have enough time. He definitely had the speed in the run, but couldn't get it. But we got wrecked with about 10 laps to go. It took it 3 wide, and kid tried to block, and it didn't go well. But we fought back and got our way back up there.
Yeah, we talked a little bit to Owen about how much fun we have watching these super speedway races, because anything can happen. But you in the 15 car, you were very consistent today, and for the number of cautions that you guys did have, it's not as many as we've seen. Like what Adam likes to talk about, if this was one of those Mitchell Qualls races on hosted, I mean, y'all would have had double the amount of cautions. So good on y'all for keeping it pretty clean most of the race.
Yeah, those Mitchell Qualls races get kind of nasty sometimes, but yeah, everybody in the league did a really good job today. I think we had 2 or 3 sections where we were 10, 15 laps at green flag racing, and at a track like this where you're going 30, 40 miles an hour faster than you're supposed to, that was good for us.
That was great.
Yeah, I mentioned y'all look better than the real truck drivers out there at points in this race, keeping it clean and really good runs. I mean, it's super speedway. You're going to have crazy stuff happen. So, congratulations on that win. And do you have anybody you want to shout out to, or anything, sponsors, anything like that?
Thank you. I want to shout out my brother who got wrecked several times and is sitting in the back of the field. Wouldn't be up here without him.
And that would be
Congrats.
that would be Zachary. So
11th, yeah. Started in the lead too.
Yeah, he did. I think he won pole by. And there were only 2 guys that were in the 50.2 bracket, and he was the one.
Oh man,
some tough breaks and couldn't get back up there.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunately how plate track racing can go some days. But for you, it went pretty well. Congrats on the win, and we look forward to seeing you the rest of the season.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
So now we will talk to our 3rd place finisher, and that would be Mr. Henry Wyndham. Do you got a copy, man?
Looks like he's muted. And he's out. Maybe try again here in a second.
Yeah, stuff like that tends to happen with this, this computer stuff, where I'm not big on the computer. I don't know much about it, but Mr. Brown does. He'll get it sorted out.
And thanks to everybody who watched on M.TV's Facebook page, the guys who watched on the Midwest Days of Thunder YouTube page, and AAA Broadcasting on Twitch. We really appreciate all the support, and look forward to many more races in the future.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I think you had fun. I think Brown had fun. I know I had fun. And these guys they put on a show. Super excited to watch these guys. It was fun.
Absolutely.
Fun.
Looks like we got Henry up now.
Looks like we do have Henry up there, man. You got a good copy?
Looks like we're still having a little bit of audio problem here with Henry Wyndham, our 3rd place finisher.
Yeah. Hey, he had a good run. Looks like he's out of Georgia, just looking at my screen. And
a bunch of Georgia boys in this league.
Oh,
Sure.
I like that.
Bunch
and
of
you got some Texas boys, too, so that's a rivalry, too. I think we could make that happen.
Yeah, the 28 car, Henry, he started 13th and found his way up to the podium. So a couple of these guys, 2 of the guys in the top 3 started way back in the pack, 13th and 16th. So, man, what a great effort. Even the 69, Little Rimmer, he finished 4th, started in 12th, and he had some difficulties early and had to work his way back up through this field, which is not easy to do at a super speedway track.
I don't think there's anything easy to do at a super speedway track. I think we're having some technical issues, Brown. I don't know what we're going to do here, but heck of a fun time with the HCK Beagles Racing League.
To see if there's anything we can do to enable his.
No, I don't believe it's that. It might be his mic on the user end.
Oh, okay, I got you. It looks like he's on a mobile device now.
Okay, well let's roll through it, boys. We got to finish this thing off, man. What a heck of a race!
And I enjoy it no matter where they're at. Super Speedway racing is definitely the most fun racing to watch for me.
Yep.
Henry, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
There we
got
go.
him.
There we go. Finishing in that third position, up 10 spots from where he started. Man, we kind of saw you bouncing around kind of in the middle there for most of the race, but you found your way up to the front there. And, man, talk about a pretty solid run.
Thank you. I like the kind of race there. It kind of lets me fill out the field a little bit. I'm only 4 months into this, but I've been enjoying it ever since, man.
Hey, you got to start somewhere. I loved iRacing when I first started, and man, I tell you what, I was freaking terrible. But watching you run out there today, you definitely got the hang of it early, and you know what you're doing. You qualified at a 50.42, which was kind of near the back of the field, but you were one of those guys that was just really consistent and took care of your machine and drove it up to the front, man. It was fun to watch you.
Thank you. Just racing in different, like trying to get in the league and learning from these guys that I've raced against. They gave me a lot of pointers of not trying to be the fastest guy off the first lap. So I kind of stick to that strategy, and it kind of works for me. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint, especially on super speedway stuff. And
exactly.
And you proved it right there. Congrats, man! Podium finish. Good job.
Thank you very much. You guys, I listened to you guys while I was racing, and you guys definitely put on a good show. So I definitely subscribe now. I'll definitely shout you guys out too as well.
Appreciate it.
Man.
Awesome to hear. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
No problem. You guys have a good night. Thank you very much.
Sir, you too.
All right, so now that will do it for us. We're going to kind of run back through your final finishing positions here, and man, talk about an action-packed race. You had Cody Staten finishing there in first, getting that win with Owen Altabello just kind of running out of time there, finishing in second. Henry Wyndham was able to take home that third place with Little Rimmer finishing in fourth. Tim Rivers had a solid day, finishing in fifth, with Kevin Winker in sixth. You got Stumpy there. It's been kind of up and down. We saw him up and very much down. Unfortunately, down 5. He's finishing in seventh. Derek Puckett is going to be finishing in eighth, with Brandon in ninth, with Austin Johnson rounding out your top 10.
Yeah, and we talked to him earlier, but Cody's brother Zachary in the 88 finishing 11th. The 20 of Eric Stoy finishing 12th. The 51 of Joshua Moore, we saw him up front a little bit today, but he'll be the first car a lap down, finishing in 13th place. And the 33 of Eddie Murray rounding out the top 14.
Yeah, one of my favorite baseball players as a kid.
Oh, I'm sorry I took that one from you. I know you like talking about Eddie Murray.
we had Brad there, finishing 15th. Michael Graynolds, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, 16th. And Andrew Hansley, the 4th, wrapping it up. And I'd like to give a shout out to Henry Wyndham, man. That was really nice of him to talk to us about liking us. And we hope we put on a good show for you guys, and we had a lot of fun.
Well, we have a mutual friend, me and you, Adam, and Alan Brown, and our friend Derek, who he was in a similar situation. He joined a league new to iRacing, and he learned a lot from the guys that were racing with him, and it really encouraged him. And I love to see newer, younger racers come in and they get a part of a league like this, and the mentoring and stuff that happens. And it may not be happy times all the time, but learning from a group of guys that have been racing together for a long time really does help you and benefit you. And all the look in the future to Henry and Owen and Cody as well.
Yeah, and for all the other drivers as well. But that will also do it for us here tonight from iRacing Superspeedway. We look forward to seeing you all in the next race. I believe you can catch M.TV live tomorrow. We'll have to fill in the details tomorrow when we learn more. But until then, we out.
Oh, baby.
See ya.